Today we're going to be switching gears in The Sims 4 and doing a build challenge. I've been watching a lot of SidMax videos recently on YouTube. I love her videos so much. I think she's just such an awesome builder. And I got inspired by her to do a every tiny home is a different aesthetic challenge. I'm pretty sure she's done something like this already, but that is a challenge we're going to be doing today. I've already gone ahead and constructed the tiny homes. We're going to be doing 3 different tiny homes, 3 different aesthetics. I also went ahead and did some of the general landscaping on the outside. By the way, that is my sim self in the corner over there, in case you were wondering. It seems like we also got a little friend over here. This is Rickety McPhee. Yeah, I'm building on this lot in Henford-on-Bagley, and one of the lot traits is wild foxes. So yeah, we just got a little fox here chilling with us for this video. I also built a pond back here, and when I click play, you can see there's like these cute little dragonflies flying over the pond. I never really build ponds in this game, so I wanted to do something a little bit different. I also never really play with the terrain, so as you can see, every tiny home is kind of on a different level. This one on the far left is kind of on ground level, and then the one on the right, way over here, is on the highest level. So yeah, because this is my first build challenge, I felt like doing things that I wouldn't normally do. And yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Let me go ahead and show you guys the wheel we're going to be using to decide the aesthetics. Here is the magical wheel of aesthetics. I put as many aesthetics on here as I could think of, and I tried to make them kind of distinct from each other and kind of easy to design as well. So we're going to spin this 3 times for each of the 3 houses. Let's go ahead and spin for the first house and the first aesthetic. Okay, the first aesthetic is Kawaii. Okay, this is a good one. This one is very distinct, and I think there's a lot of things we could use in the game. I'm using Pinterest here as my inspiration, so I just searched up Kawaii. I see a lot of pinks, so definitely gonna be using a lot of pinks. A lot of cutesy animals. Maybe you can have like some stuffed animals in there too. All right, I think I have like a general idea in my head. We're just gonna go and see where it takes us. We're gonna go ahead and work on this first house over here. And I went ahead and changed it to afternoon because the weather here is kind of sucky and this is the best lighting we're gonna get. Okay, so I went ahead and painted the outside of the house pink. I don't know, maybe we can work with this. Maybe we can have some columns on the outside so it kind of gives a little bit of distinction. I'm talking like I know exactly what I'm talking about, but I really don't. Just make it look a little bit more like a house, you know what I mean? And we are working with an infinite budget, so money's not really an issue in this challenge. Ooh, we could get like a pink roof. That could work for now. We can always change it later. I changed the wallpaper slightly. I think I might like this one a little bit better. It's like a little bit more textured. This is a kid's door, but I think it could potentially work. For windows, I went ahead and went with these windows from Get Famous, these quaint cottage windows. I think we definitely need some flowers for these windows. Maybe some nice pink flowers like that. And I'm gonna move the mailbox just a smidge. This house is at a diagonal, so it's gonna be a little bit tricky to get some things in the place that we want it to be in. I'm gonna stick these cute little blossoms from the outdoor retreat pack just right there. And maybe instead of the window up here, I'm gonna try experimenting a little bit and see if we can get like a roof sculpture. I placed this roof sculpture over here, and then I went ahead and changed the roof just a little bit so it's a little more concave. I think this is nice. I think it's gonna really get kawaii when we step inside the house. Just gonna see if maybe there's a little bit more we can add out here. I found this neon sign from Get to Work. This kind of goes with the blue on the planter box, so maybe it could go right here. And then there's this cute little ottoman from Snowy Escape. I think that's very kawaii. Oh, and this one too. Okay, so I just stuck those 2 little ottomans right next to the door here. I think we'll leave this outside like this for now. This is the outside of our kawaii house. Hopefully on the inside it'll get a little bit more kawaii. Let me go ahead and walk you through the general floor plan of the house. So this room right here will be the bathroom. And then, you know, this will be just everything else. We'll stick a kitchen somewhere. Maybe we can stick it like, I don't know, along this wall here. Bedroom can be like over here somewhere. We'll figure it out as we go. We'll make it up as we go. I'm just gonna get these saucer lights because they don't really get in the way very much and it really brightens up the space a lot. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get some floors in here. I kind of like this spiral wood here. It's kind of interesting visually. I think it comes with base game, oddly enough, and it's also low fire resistance, so you know that's important in a house. If you're anything like me and you start fires constantly in your Sims games, having low fire resistance floors I think is a really important detail. Let's do the general area room first, and then I will move to the bathroom. I'm gonna need to lay out exactly what I'm doing first and foremost. Okay, so I'll have the kitchen over there. Oh my god, I didn't notice the back of this door has like a little coat on here. That's so cute. And the coat is pink, so you know, perfect. Maybe I'll just get like a basic white door to go into the bathroom. I think I decided I want the kitchen along this wall. Might be a little bit weird when you walk in, but I think it might work out better this way. Let me go ahead and change the color of the counters first, because we're definitely not doing those counters. And then for the drapes, I went ahead and replaced them with these drapes from the movie hangout pack. One thing that I like about Sid Mac's videos is that she tells you what items she's using and which pack they come in. So I definitely want to be doing that as well, so that you can know which items to look for, or which packs you might need for the things that I'm building here. And I like this cute little pink fridge from Cottage Living. This stove is also from Cottage Living, although the pinks don't really match very much, which is kind of bothering me. It is kind of bothering me. Does this pink match a little bit? Nope. I think this pink might match a little bit more. It's still not perfect, but yeah, I think this one will be a little bit better here. I actually think this fridge might work better. Yeah, I keep changing things out, but I think this one might work just a smidge better. The pinks are still kind of all over the place, but it's a little bit more cohesive this way. I'm gonna get the touchless trash can here, the money trash can. It's kind of weird to have your sink next to the stove, but I think this is how it's gonna go. I once again changed out the stove because it does match a little bit better with the appliances. Although I do prefer the Cottage Living stove a little bit more. I think this one, the pink is just a little bit better. A nice little pink plant in the corner over here. That is so cute. Maybe like some cute kitten art, because I think there's a lot of cats involved in Kawaii, right? Oh my gosh, there's this cute little toaster clock. I might get it in this color though. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave the kitchen like that for now. Let's move to the rest of this room. We got these cute beds with the Sims Deluxe drop. Is that what it's called? I'm not too sure, but The Sims recently dropped like a Pride collection, which I think is super cool. Maybe we can use one of these beds. Oh my god, this one's so cute. Yeah, we're gonna use this bed. I'm not sure what else came with the drop, but I know we got beds and some cool like posters. Maybe on this wall we can have like a TV. Oh my god, the Penguin TV. If there was ever a more perfect place to use the Penguin TV, it would be here in the Kawaii household. I guess we can do it in blue because we got a pink and blue thing going on. And then I'm gonna use these night tables from Dream Home Decorator. Squeeze that right over there. Gonna stick that cute little plant on there. And I already stuck a clock in the kitchen, but I'm gonna go ahead and put an alarm clock over here. All right, we need to get some more stuff on these walls. How about some clouds? We can get some clouds above the bed. Oh, this is cute. Maybe I could put that above there, and then we can have the clouds like on this wall. I always love sticking a light switch in my builds because it just adds that little touch of realism. I was gonna use these signs outside. Maybe we can put them in here. Maybe the person who lives here just really likes animals. I think this was the other thing that came with the new drop, this Pride Rocks collage. Maybe we can put this on this wall over here. All right, I'm kind of liking that. We got this constellation lighting. Maybe we can put this on the wall. Pink and blue, I think, definitely. You can even stick them on the windows. I didn't know you could do that. I went ahead and stuck them on the windows and then kind of on the walls. It's a little bit mismatched, a little bit not organized, but I think I kind of like that. And then it's also behind the bed. Okay, I'm gonna size up the Penguin TV just so, you know, it's a little bit more prominent. So there's a lot of stuffed animals present in Kawaii rooms. So I'm gonna get a lot of stuffed animals in here. I'm also gonna put this cat on the table here. And then a cute little teddy bear. Maybe we can stick that on the bed here. That's cute. I wish we had like cloud stuffed animals because I saw that a lot too in the Kawaii rooms that I looked at. All right, this is actually kind of coming together a little bit better than I expected. This thing is called Frank the Mini Womp Womp. Had no idea this existed, but maybe we should get this thing in here too, somewhere. So we got a whole bunch of stuffed animals in here now. We probably need somewhere to eat. Maybe that could be where what this space over here will be. Let's go ahead and maybe get this table here. And for chairs, I'm gonna go ahead and use these white chairs. This is called the Aldo Caldo's the Nomad chair from Growing Together. Yeah, I think that goes with this. I think that goes together. Okay, so I think this is the inside of the Kawaii build. Well, inside of the general room. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the bathroom now. Immediately, I see this pink tile I think would be perfect in here. Yes, I'm already sold on that. The tiles are gonna look a little funky in here, but I kind of like how this looks. I think I'll use this sink from Growing Together. Oh, we have a cloud mirror here. I didn't know that. Perfect. I'm gonna put that right above the sink. I'm sorry, my camera keeps jumping around on this lot for some reason. Okay, we got this pink potty over here. This little pink potty. We'll put that right there. And then we gotta get some toilet paper. That is an essential in all my builds. That and the light switch. And then we got a whole bunch of space over here for a bathtub and a shower. I think I'm gonna get just this bathtub here. Can maybe go under the window right there. And then we have this shower. I think this is also in base game, which I didn't know, but it kind of matches the tile of the bathroom walls. And then I'll get a white robe for the wall just right there. All right, y'all, here is the bathroom for the Kawaii build, all finished up. These plants have these little faces on it, which I thought was absolutely adorable and so kawaii. And I think we have finished the Kawaii build, the first build in this challenge. I don't really mess around with this aesthetic too much. I kind of prefer things that are a little bit darker, just personally. So I think because of that, I did a somewhat good job. We are back at the wheel. Let's go ahead and spin again to see what the next aesthetic is going to be. And it is going to be e-girl. Okay, so kind of a switch up from the last one. So I looked up e-girl room this time to see, I guess, like rooms, that are inspired by this aesthetic. So it's going to be a lot of darker colors. So yeah, very different from the last one we just did. Before we begin, I just want to show you the floor plan and the inside because it's a bit different from the other one. So the small room is going to be the bathroom. I think this closed off room will be the bedroom. And then all of this space over here is going to be everything else. I went ahead and put this wallpaper from Eco Lifestyle on the outside. And then it has another one that doesn't have the bottom piece. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the roofs here. And we got a foundation for this one. So let's see, what kind of dark foundation are we gonna get? Ooh, that one's already pretty good. Ooh, we also got this one. Ooh, I kind of like this one. Okay, so e-girl rooms aren't necessarily always black because I'm looking up some more inspiration on my phone and a lot of these are also pink. It's like pink and black. Black pink, but it is definitely, it has darker undertones because this is looking a little bit goth and I don't know if that's exactly the same thing. Okay, this door from Life and Death is pretty interesting and you can see it's got a skull on the front. So I went ahead and added these windows from Strangerville. I went ahead and stuck this bench over here under the window. It's from Jungle Adventure. I might also stick some planter boxes here just to add a little bit of something to the front. I also added these lights on the front. I don't know. Let's see how they look at night. Okay, that looks kind of cool. And then it can kind of like intersect that way to the wall. I think this will be the exterior of our e-girl home. Let's go ahead and move on to the inside. I'm kind of getting a bit nervous because I feel like I don't really know or understand what e-girl is exactly. Oh, the lights kind of go inside a little bit. I did not quite realize that. That's okay. We don't have to have it going on that wall. It can just kind of be, you know, as an entrance way. Don't worry, not everything's gonna be black and white in here. Trust me, even though it's kind of looking that way right now. Again, I said it's not gonna be all black and white, but when I was looking at pictures of girls in e-girl fashion, a lot of them had chains kind of wrapped around their waist. And I think these things kind of remind me of chains a little bit. So that's kind of where my thinking was going. Okay, we got these nice counters from the base game update. I'm discovering so many new things that were from the base game update that I had no knowledge of before. I definitely want to try to use these. I think these are cool. Okay, this time I think the kitchen could be in this corner over here. We'll get the stove from Life and Death. And just to kind of keep it cohesive, we'll also get this fridge from Life and Death. Okay, let's start adding some color in here, desperately. So I found these curtains. Which pack does this come in? This comes in Snowy Escape. These purple curtains I think could be cute in here. And then I'm gonna stick these pink curtains on these windows for now. Maybe a purple trash can. We also got some new cabinets. This is all like pretty much old news. This has been out for a while, but I'm just now discovering all of this. It kind of clips into the curtains, but honestly, I don't really mind because it kind of looks nice with just those two curtains there. Okay, I think this is gonna be our e-girl kitchen. Maybe I can go in here and change the lighting color. Okay, that's quite cool. Really brings out the purple, I think, in here. I do really like these pride flags a lot. I think it's really cool that they added this into the game. So maybe I can add one on this wall over here. This one's quite funky. Maybe we could do this dining table. And then I need to bring some of the pink in from the curtains. So we need to get like a really bright magenta pink chair. Is this a little bit ugly? Maybe, but I don't know. Maybe somebody out there will like it. Hopefully. Okay, so I went ahead and added a rug underneath and then added some little freezer bunny statues as a little centerpiece. I think I'll also add this little retro wall phone. It's not functional, but it's a cute little decoration. Maybe we could just add it over here. Oh wow, I didn't know they had the periodic table in here. Oh, also I noticed that a lot of e-girls, I guess, from the rooms that I've seen online, they have tapestries on the wall like this. Okay, yeah, I think I definitely found the thing I'm gonna be using the most in here. These cute little posters. And then in this corner is where we're gonna have our little living room area. So we're gonna have a pink table, maybe. Actually, that's not too bad. Just stay with me, you guys. Stay with me. We're gonna get a little tabletop TV over here. Okay. There's also this white one. Maybe that looks a little bit nicer. I'm still like kind of learning how to build properly, if you couldn't tell. I am very new to all of this. Every day it's a learning process for me. Okay, I scooted the bathroom door over, and then I put this couch from the Book Nook kit just in the corner over here. And then I think I'm gonna get like a little stereo over here. Maybe just like next next to the TV like that. All right, y'all, this is what the e-girl house is looking like so far. I messed around with the lighting a little bit, so it's looking a little bit better. But let's see if maybe the bedroom can turn this around. So I'm gonna stick with white walls, and then I think I want to change the carpet. I don't know if I really like that. I think I just like a simple plain pattern better. We're gonna have this bed in the corner over here. I think I want to change the curtains. I don't know if I like the curtains anymore in this bedroom. Maybe we could just get some simple blinds. I feel like this gives me bedroom vibes, maybe because my bedroom has blinds like this. And I'm gonna move the bed like that, and then we're gonna get this simple night table. We need a colorful rug to bring this together. Okay, I think I like that one. It's a little bit cooler, not so in your face like the magenta. Then we're gonna get more posters in here. Whoa, look at that. It's a cow plant tapestry. That's definitely going in here. All right, there we go. It's all postered up. Yeah, this room's gonna be covered in so many miscellaneous posters. Some cool records on the wall too. Over here, I think I'm gonna stick a dresser. I'll get this tall wardrobe over here, and I think a nice little sitting area wouldn't hurt. Maybe a mirror too, I kind of forgot. Ooh, this cute purple one. Let's do that one. To finish it up in here, I think I want to put some hanging wall lights. Okay, so this is what the e-girl bedroom looks like. Given a little bit of a twirl so you can see all the angles. I think it came out pretty good. Again, the lighting is really saving it here. It really is. So lastly, we're going to move on to the bathroom. And I kind of forgot in my Kawaii build to add a curtain in the bathroom. So that will be the first thing that I do in here. I'll just stick these white curtains on here. It's very simple. This one is from Parenthood. And now we got to go ahead and choose the wall and the floor. I think this one is pretty cool from Spa Day. Yeah, it's kind of a contrast. And then we're going to use this tile from Spa Day. Maybe we can use this sink from Tiny Living. It'll be right there. Mirror, we can use this one from High School Years. Definitely gives me e-girl vibes. We're going to place the shower along this wall here. And then the toilet maybe can go over here. And I'm going to add a towel to this wall over here instead of a robe. I think a towel looks a little bit better over there. And to top it all off, I will also put a laundry hamper just right over here. I'm using the one that's just for decoration and not the actual laundry hamper because I don't have a washing machine in here. And I don't really feel like putting one in, so we're just gonna use the one that's for decoration. To top it all off, I'm gonna stick this little faux fur rug. This one is from, I want to say Vintage Glamour. I don't know if that's correct, but it is bright pink. And you know what? I feel like I just need to add something that's bright pink in here. I'll make it a little bit dimmer so it's not too fluorescent looking. And here is the finished product of the e-girl house. Now let's go ahead and move on to the last house and the last aesthetic we're going to be building with today. Here we go, the last aesthetic. Ooh, what's it gonna be? I hope it's something a little bit different from the other two. All right, the last aesthetic is going to be coastal. This is gonna be fun because I love the beachy lifestyle. So from what I can see on Pinterest, it's gonna be a lot of pastel colors, a lot of white involved too, and just a lot of nautical decor. Maybe some seashells, maybe some wicker furniture. I've always wanted to live by the beach, so I think this aesthetic is probably gonna be the one that I resonate with the most. So let's go ahead and build this last house out. So obviously the small room is going to be the bathroom, and then this room is going to be the bedroom, and then this is everything else. I think to start out with, I'm going to use this siding from Cats and Dogs, just kind of along the outside here. It kind of already looks like seashells a little bit. And then I think I'm going to use this foundation. I'm thinking I want to change out the roof pattern for like a thatch roof. This kind of gives off a beachy vibe as well, I think. And we could also have the thatch roof fringe as our roof trim. Okay, that's what the roof looks like. I did change the roof pattern for this other one from Island Living, this tropical thatch. And honestly, I quite like this. For windows, this one immediately came to mind, this round window. It's called a porthole. And I think that kind of fits the whole coastal theme. Gosh, my camera keeps jumping. It's so infuriating. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead and put these windows just like that. Those tall looking windows. I think that looks pretty nice. And then I did place some more roof trim kind of where the roof and the walls connect, just so there's a little bit of separation there. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm trying to see if maybe there's like a bigger circular window we could potentially use. Okay, we got this really big one here. Let me see if that's a little bit better. I changed out the one on the back to be a little bit bigger, and then this one I'm just gonna keep the same. It doesn't really bleed into anywhere. The window doesn't really show you anything because it's just the roof, but I think it does add a little bit of something, so it's not just completely blank here. Okay, so we have this door from Island Living that I think I'm gonna use here. We have this floor from Desert Luxe, I believe. I'm gonna go ahead and put that there. I'm gonna stick this little wall plant right there. I'm gonna finish this up with some wall lights out here. I might use a lot of Island Living stuff because I mean, it just kind of really fits with the coastal theme. So at night, this is what it looks like on the outside. outside. Okay, it kind of looks like an abandoned beach home now, doesn't it? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just kind of thinking of something that kind of happened to me. I don't know. I think it's time we move to the inside now. We have these lights here. I think these are from the Desert Luxe kit. We're gonna place these in this big room over here and also in the bedroom over here. And I think in the bathroom, we're just gonna use that little saucer light. So there's a lot of light colors when it comes to coastal rooms, a lot of natural aesthetics. It's very light, very breezy. So I'm gonna stay away from the darker colors and try to focus on lighter colors. Maybe something like this for the inside here. And then I'm gonna just do like a white paint for the bedroom. Now for the flooring, maybe we could use this wood from Cats and Dogs. I'm gonna go ahead and decide where the kitchen's going to be. Maybe along this wall over here. I think I'm gonna use these counters from Snowy Escape. The lights are a little bit low, but this is what it looks like so far. I think I might actually scoot this over, and then on this wall over here, we'll have a fridge. I'm gonna go ahead and put a kitchen sink right over here on this window, and then on the other one right next to it, I'm gonna go ahead and put a stove top. What I love about these counters from Snowy Escape is that you can go ahead and put decorations on the bottoms of these, and they slot pretty easily. So I'm just gonna put a bunch of random knickknacks everywhere. There we go. I've just added a whole bunch of clutter underneath the counters just to make it look a little bit more lived in. I'm gonna try to add this divider. This one is from the Sleek Bathroom Kit. I'm gonna add it along here just so there's a little bit of separation from the kitchen and the rest of the house. That is the kitchen complete for now. Let's go ahead and move on to the living room / dining room. Maybe this can be like an all-in-one type of room. I'm gonna stick this BG King dining table from Island Living right over here. Might need to give a little bit more space just to add some chairs. Let's get some Wicker Whims dining chairs. Wicker Whims, that's insane. That is insane, Sims. So we'll have our dining table right over here, and then underneath I'm gonna add a rug, maybe a light blue rug underneath. Yeah, that looks kind of nice. Maybe I can actually move this above the dining table. The living room will be right over here, kind of when you walk in, which is a little bit strange, but these are tiny homes that we're working with. So I think we'll put this table from Snowy Escape right over here, and then I will place a TV, maybe just the tabletop TV again. I'll put that right there. This TV does come in different colors. Maybe we can have like a lighter one. There we go, because I don't really want anything that's like gonna be too dark in here. I placed this rug down from Eco Lifestyle. This couch kind of gives me coastal vibes just because of the pillow on the right. I don't know, it's kind of screaming that coastal vibe to me. And then we need to get some plants in here, obviously. I think I will stick a little palm tree just right over here next to the TV. This palm tree is actually quite big, but I did size it down because it's kind of clipping into the walls if I leave it at its normal size. Okay, I can have it like that. I think that kind of works. That one's a little bit bigger than that one, but it's the same item. I think I'm gonna use the Desert Luxe curtains. Everybody always uses these, and they're so nice. They really are. Look at that. That looks very nice, very coastal. I placed some more of those curtains on this wall over here. This kit does come with a ceiling fan. I never really place ceiling fans into my builds because I kind of forget they exist, but in a coastal build I think it could be kind of fitting. So I'll put a ceiling fan right above the living room area over here. Okay, I think that is the living room / dining room complete. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the bedroom now. I already know I want those Desert Luxe curtains in this bedroom too. And then we need a light flooring in here. Maybe just this white wood. Oh my god, maybe we can use this canopy bed. Oh, how gorgeous is that? And then I'm sticking these Snowy Escape end tables next to the bed. I used the same one for the TV stand in the living room. And I'm gonna place this candlelight right next to it. Oh my gosh, this is so zen, so relaxing. Even though I'm still not the best at building and I'm still learning a lot, I feel like it's quite therapeutic. I'm gonna go ahead and put some magazines on this table, maybe a couple books too. I can't really find any artwork that has like a beach landscape. I'm trying to look for that right now and I can't find anything, which is strange. I feel like at least Island Living would have something like that. There's this hand-woven tapestry that I think kind of goes with the color scheme in here. Or maybe it looks a little bit better on here. And then on this wall, we can have this little poster. This one right here is from Dream Home Decorator. Right over here, we're going to put a dresser. There's this wicker dresser from Growing Together. I'm gonna put that right over here. Maybe squeeze that right over here so I can put a mirror on this wall. Very white, very bright, as you can see. It's very different from the last house that we just built. To top this all off, I'm gonna go ahead and put an ottoman right over here on this wall. Just like a nice little sitting area. Maybe you can like tie your shoes before you leave. All right, this is the bedroom for the coastal house. I'm liking it a lot. I think it's very nice and serene. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the bathroom, the last part of this house. I think using the Sleek Bathroom Kit for this particular house would definitely be fitting. So this is the wall tile that came with the Sleek Bathroom Kit. And then here's the matching floor. It's already super stunning, you guys. It comes with a little wall shower. I love me a little wall shower like this. I think we'll do it in white. It's gonna be very light, very bright. And then this little divider that I have in the kitchen, I think I'm gonna use it in here again. Just separate it off like that. I went ahead and singled out the sleek bathroom kit so that I could see everything that came with this kit. We have this toilet over here that I'm gonna stick on this wall. And it also comes with its own toilet paper holder, y'all. Oh my gosh, that's insane. And then we're gonna put the sink in this color over here. And then it also comes with a mirror. This mirror is so cool. It's such an interesting shape. And then we also got some shelves. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick some decor up here. So we're gonna put some towels over there. And we also got a cool plant. Maybe I could put that right there. This all looks super duper nice. Sleek is definitely the word to use for this kit. Here's what the bathroom looks like for our coastal house. It's very light, very bright, and I try to incorporate some of that wicker energy into it. And here is the coastal house once again from a bird's eye point of view. Now I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out so that we can see all three of the houses together. They all look pretty distinct from one another, which is good. That's kind of what I wanted to go for with this challenge. And I guess that wraps up this video here. Let me know in the comments down below which of the houses you like the most. I like all of them, but personally, I think I vibe with the coastal house a little bit more. But I do want to know your guys' opinions down in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch y'all in my next one. Bye!